you guys hate Funai mechanism VCRs, I can handle your opinion. As long as you can have my opinion back. But if you don't like this VCR tapes, don't get Funai mechanism VCRs. I don't mind Funai mechanism VCR except having issues. I only like it if it works pretty good. So yeah, this one is probably been replaced. But it can not be easy to use sometimes, because sometimes, usually, besides eating tapes, it might have some issues. For example, so have like tracking issues. Well, not only Funai mechanisms, also sometimes Orion or something like that. Mostly Funai mechanisms. So yeah, it can be a pretty good VCR, but they don't always work. Sometimes. So it's kind of a good quality, and sometimes it's not. This one's kind of, it does work mostly. It doesn't work everything. It's a good thing I had to carve this smooth thing, the smooth part to that white. I don't know what you call it, but it's the one that holds the film strip. If it looks this way, originally it might chew up tape sometimes. Well, it does work okay. It can be hard. It's for me fixing. In case you're wondering, I am kind of good. I'm kind of fixing VCR expert. I'm really good at adjusting the audio head right here, and I'm good at making the spot, how good the spot is, without just only just tracking. Well, it does say channel only, but. Not only that, it also shows the tracking. Well, this is what it looked like. This is what it looks like. It looks similar like the DV220W9 combo, but this is actually this is what I still have. It looks similar like this one, which is over there, but it's kind of broken. I have a DV220W9A, but it's kind of broken. I just turned this into a DVD player. VCR, the only reason why I kind of broke and ruined because I'm afraid the plastic in the inside was broke in half. That's why I cannot, so I had to give up on that. It's a good thing I don't have to worry about fixing that one. I might keep working and fixing the rest of this one, or maybe that one over there. I might keep working on that. And yes, I am kind of a VCR expert. I'm kind of getting, yes, I do like VCRs and stuff like that. I do show VCRs and stuff like that, not only just VHS tapes. I like when I love VCR reviews and so much. So yeah, I'm gonna put just the recordable tapes. For some reason it does have some problems. Mostly the tracking has some jumpy issues. Even though I did try to do it, but for some reason, not something like the old VHS tapes or with the old film strips. Well, not all VCRs do that, but yeah, or maybe it has some issue. Has some this part I'm putting out a little jumpy. This one has Popeye on it. In case you're wondering, yeah. Actually, it was actually recorded in 2020. It was on a DVR in 2022. It was on MeTV. It was on back in 2022. It's an SOP tape. It does kind of work on the pictures in okay condition, not the best condition, but it's in perfect condition when in this spot. I'd be able to make it. Yeah, in case you're wondering about that didn't sound right. What it sounds like in the better. That's what an SOP sounds like in better quality than just the dive part, you guys. What is an SLP tape I put? Oh yeah, LP and SLP have some tracking issues. It can be a little awful in SP. SP mode is kind of a lot better than LP sometimes, or in SLP. Now I'm in SP mode part. Well, usually I start recording SP mode because I'm afraid at the beginning on Popeye, when I started recording SLP on that beginning, I'm afraid I have too many issues.
This is VTV.
Because I think because of the VHS film strip was this VHS film strip was actually like made in the 80s, so yeah. I used like the 80s design tape to use it, but good thing I had some old stuff though. Well, mostly like the 1930s through 60s actually. This is the 60s part. Now I'm on Pink Panther. Now it's in SP mode. It does record in hi-fi sound though. You know, usually these classic cartoons usually doesn't have surround sound. You know, hi-fi surround with stereo surrounded. Yeah. I don't mind the mono. I like stereo though. I don't like having just the mono VCR only. It's a good thing I have some hi-fi VCRs. When I have a Panasonic Omnivision VCR. Nowadays I have a broken Toshiba VCR DVD record combo because I be able to record DVDs now. Well, it's not the only one I have. I still have the other DVD recorder. Now I have two Toshiba's DVD recorders. Nowadays I record to a disc. Anyways, it does work okay. It does work pretty good so far. But it's kind of not easy to make it a lot better. I did have to fix and adjust. Now I'll do the DVD side. I haven't done the inside VCR reviews for a while. I'm gonna put a Thomas DVD. Oh, I forgot. In case you're wondering, I have the VCR DVD combo net over there next to it. That's why, for some reason, the remote works both at the same time. The remote will be the same, just like this one and that one. So yeah. It's the same actual remote, looks similar like this. This will look like the MWD2206 and 2206. This looks like the 2205 part. This would have been completely red, but it turns out it was pink, so it's actually faded for some reason. Now this is the only remote I have that had the battery lid. I do have other remotes that look like this, but for some reason I don't have a battery lid to that. It's the only lid I have that.
Hop on board and explore the island of...
I don't mind without it as long as I had a remote that works.
Welcome to the Thomas and Friends
Alright.
DVD experience.
Yes, I am getting into a little Thomas, in case you're wondering. I'm putting a regular DVD.
Was snorting about in the
Now I'm going to put an ISO homemade DVD copy and show you if it works. Actually, I might show you the recorded DVDs that were finalized, because they don't usually, if they're not finalized, they don't work. They don't work on DVD. They don't work they don't work if it's not finalized. Except the DVD plus RW. So yeah. Here's James Goes Buzz Buzz. This is actually a homemade copy, but it still uses the original contents. So I can prove. Show you proof if it's real. Yep, it plays like the real thing. This is actually a DVD minus R disc copy. I might. The DVD record, the blank disc I used was the DVD minus R disc. Yep. And by the way, I guess I was using the audio cable, because for some reason, if you
Hop on board and explore.
this is why I don't like having just the one audio, because if there's a surround sound, you can only hear like one audio on stereo side, because it has surround sound.
The proud and strong Gordon.
Kind of sound very weird
Splendid red coat. The long and fast.
if it's just one side on the. Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna. Okay, Fats. This DVD does work. Without it doesn't have issues when that DVD was burned. So it works on that one.
Then was trouble.
I just put a record. I just put a homemade DVD, but it's still this is the original content. This is a 2007 DVD. It doesn't use like. I'm gonna put a real deal, the real deal of the homemade DVD. But it's one of my when I remember watching it, and one of my favorites of all time. I remember watching this on Storyboard. I don't have a. Finally have Thomas in the special letter. I did try to burn Thomas in the special letter, the ISO copy, but it has so many issues. I have problems with it, so good thing I made a homemade print. This is actually a homemade copy. This is actually a record from a DVD plus RW originally. This is not real. See, this is a homemade bootleg copy. That's why there's no menu. Press it, it just goes back where it was.
Scarloey. Scarloey, the little engine loves. Sir Handel is very proud of his big sturdy wheels. They have broad tires and hold well to the trail.
Good thing I own it, because I have that file download all from Internet Archive. I had to use a Blu-ray player to use it. I had to use the DVD recorder. This is actually this is not real. It doesn't have closed captions either, even though originally it did.
Oliver had been to the works to be.
I'm the one that edited it. This is not real. See, that's why I saw I had the end credits. Here's my homemade logo. And after that one, that's the end of that. So yeah, that's how it is. I might do the opening and closing of that someday. And so is the trackside tunes. Well, it still uses the old Anchor Bay logo instead of the new logo when that originally came out. I think I did decide because I like the old logo. I like the old Anchor Bay logo, especially the Stars logo. That plays like the regular one. See, this is just it's kind of like no menu. Well, it's a good thing I didn't add the menu. It's a good thing it's...
Early one
For some reason it does not have closed captions either, since it's a homemade copy. It's kind of bootleg. It's a bootleg copy. It looks the same except there's no FPS moving. Because it was from a... It's actually from a file. Because I really want that trackside tune so bad. It's a good thing I finally have that. Because I thought it was a pretty good sing-along song. There's my homemade Ubi logo. So it's not. So this is a fake copy. And then I had the Wow Wow Whoopsie one. That were originally from the DVD. Did have the new Anchor Bay logo at the end, not the. And then that one, and this look, and then that one, and this one right here. And there you have it. That's it. And speaking of a homemade copy, I might make. There is, you know, the one. It's the one. There is the one that did not exist. There is called Best of Toby. I might do that. There is Best of Thomas, James, Percy, and Gordon. There's not. They didn't have Henry or Toby though. They have this one. I did finally have Best of James and Best of Percy. Yeah, and I'm gonna put this is the double layer DVD. This was actually a DVD plus our double layer disc. So it's kind of hard to see, but it says actually I just painted over it. It was actually a printable blank disc. It's kind of hard to see. It does say DVD plus our DLs. It's actually that means it's a double layer. That's the disc that probably won't allow it to record onto a DVD recorder. It's a good thing I'd be able to use double layer DVDs. If I can only use it for burning discs, than just the regular discs. Well, I could be able to burn rewritable discs. So yeah, this is actually the real content. Well, actually, originally it would be better if I actually. Yeah, oh, it's fine. Never mind. Yeah, if I have the Christmas Wonderland. This is actually the rare Thomas DVD I have. And this is the one with an error. I'll show you what. This was the one with an error in case you didn't notice.
Away friends.
No, well, I guess they decided not to re-release that again because of an error.
Ever faithful Toby.
See?
And don't forget the superintendent of the railroad, Sir Topham.
See, that's why. This one has an error on it. That's why. Thank goodness I already have Thomas Christmas Wonderland DVD. That DVD is very rare than the VHS tape. This one's very hard to find. Well, any of the Thomas Christmas Wonderland DVD, and I guess the reasons why they're not that very common is because I think it only been released in 2002. It didn't release like 2003 or so. Maybe that's why. Yeah, this is actually the Thomas Christmas Wonderland. Good thing I finally had it. And I'm gonna show you. Here's the DVD sampler Thomas DVD. This is actually, yes, I do have a DVD sampler. This is, if I have a Fun with Thomas DVD, this is what it looked like on mine. Usually it have the Thomas and Duck on it. This is a sampler DVD. That's the one with the wooden railway sets. Alright, here we go. I'm just pretending I'm excited because guess what? What's weird about the warning screen? It says video cassette. And guess what happened right now? Yeah, I'm pretending I'm acting being excited right now. Here's the Anchor Bay logo. And instead, here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's a wooden railway. This is a sampler DVD.
The adventures of Thomas
and
his
watch what happens when I press the menu. No menu. This is the DVD, the first Thomas DVD that does not have a menu.
Island of Sodor.
Because it's a sampler DVD. I guess the sampler Thomas DVD does not. On Sodor Stories, I think.
Discover all the magic.
Sodor Stories only had a VHS tape on Fun with Thomas. No, it's called Two Thomas Adventures, whatever that is. Was that Two Thomas Adventures on the VHS on Stevie? It has the same previews like had it on the VHS, except Fun with Thomas did not have a DVD release. Did not have the VHS release, sadly.
Thomas felt.
Yeah, and what's weird about the sampler DVD? Well, I couldn't press anything.
I want you to help Percy and Toby.
Didn't show like the X.
Away. Duck was delighted. He already knew Percy and soon made friends with Toby and Bertie. Terrence the tractor gave him a big welcome too.
If I have to make the closing, I had to do is 1300.
Duck, the accident wasn't your fault. We should have checked that this tail lamp was...
And watch how it happens at the end. Yep, that's the end of that on the sampler DVD. Yeah, I guess most of I'm putting DVDs or Thomas discs. I'm only going to do just Thomas. And I'm going to put a homemade VHS I made. Something very cool. I'm a little interested. With 2 US Booba episodes. Actually, I might put a Teletubby VH. I haven't been into Teletubbies a lot, so I might. I think I'll stick with Booba right now. Works okay. That works pretty good. Didn't need the taste. Next time it got eaten up, I might try to fix the mole switch. It does work okay. For some reason, that quality when it's on the homemade DVD. So yeah. I'm gonna get ejected. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna put an SLP tape of the regular. This time I'm using a retail VHS. Blue Sides barcode. And this is a Winter Tales Blue Bear VHS printed the 51st week of 1997. Since this is a 1977 printing, this tape isn't my copy protection because usually Paramount VHS didn't have microvision until 1998 did. Until 1998.
Snow looks perfect.
I've got to finish this budget.
What's a budget?
Oh, it's bills and stuff.
Yeah, it works pretty good. Oh, for some reason it does work. And the audio is in good condition for some reason. Usually I like that. I don't mind if it's a little low. The quality isn't deeper.
Of course. And we both need a walk in the snow. Let's go.
An SLP and mono on the regular VHS tapes with the Paramount or Columbia or any of the tapes of the white screen at the end usually have the sound was kind of not as best sometimes. Oh, Jordan would love Nick Jr. Face. Jordan Bowens is a huge fan of Nick Jr. Face. A lot of YouTubers know Nick Jr. We all know Nick Jr. Face. Oh, it's all had a little track issues. I don't know why.
Hey, look! It's snowing!
It happens sometimes on SLP.
Snowing! I love
Yeah, I put a Nick Jr. tape on a Flu 9 Mechanism VCR on an SLP tape. And it kind of looks pretty cool how it fast forward very fast because it's an SLP tape. And this is not a microvision VHS. Since the original print. It still uses this is not the. If it's a reprint, if the 1998 or 99, it's a microvision. This is not a microvision copy. So yeah.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
Let's go home, everyone, and we'll have some hot soup.
Yeah. Didn't have the microvision VHS since 1998. This is a 1997 copy, so that means this tape is not copy protection. If it's a copy, yes, there are really commonly. I guess the non-microvision would have been not. Mine's the original print. This is the only Little Bear tape that was printed in 1997. It's the only Little Bear Paramount VHS I have that was not microvision. I'm really lucky to have the original copy. Yes, I do have Winter Tales. Now,
birthday, and he's on a roll. And once he flips for one special guest,
You're inviting a total stranger to your birthday party? Are you out of your mind? I am out of...
and yes, it does have the widescreen death at the end. It just has the widescreen death at the end, but there is no mowing sound. But it does have the usual weird closing, just like usually. And in case you don't know about the widescreen death copy on the ranked video, guys, if you're watching this, this is if you're watching this about the barcode, we all know what it has during the blank static after the widescreen death at the end. I'll tell the reasons why. Because during the blank static, it's something very weird, either the first and second part. And I'll tell you what it is. It's actually where it had the static roll, because of the static roll. Yeah, widescreen death and static roll during the static. Yeah, no joke. Or any of the VHS with print dates or with the barcode sticker on SLP tapes, we all know what it has during the blank static at the end. Especially the tape that only has the static roll only. I know this tape is... I have an SLP tape. We all know this tape is in EP mode. The only tape I have that looks like this type of print date. Yeah, SLP. See if that works on that. Let me show you for proof. This is an SLP tape of Very Well Frosty and Friends Sing Along. And it's not Microvision. I don't think any of the Family Home Entertainment tapes are Microvision. So I'll probably be able to record it freely. Yeah, the picture's starting a little worn out. Some of the parts it's getting a little worn out. Maybe someday I might give it to someone, or yeah, this is how it works pretty good. Yeah, this is an SLP copy. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, this one has some... Well, this type of a copy, when I press tracking and play, this is what I look like and messed up. Actually, I don't mind about this. Yeah, I always had adjust the tracking. But sometimes on the, like, Samsung product VCRs have some issues sometimes for some reason. So it's kind of a little messed, having a little issues, having trouble with that. So if you don't want to mess up and change, just always turn off hi-fi. But sadly, if it's a Samsung product VCR, it might show that any of the display will show interrupting. So yeah, I have this tape now. So yeah, there you have it. It's kind of like a random video. And I have a UAV tape that was an SLP. This is not a ranked video tape. There is no barcode or print date, so I don't think usually the classic cartoons have the widescreen death. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it quickly because the video is starting to stop automatically. So yeah. Oh, that works okay. I thought it's not going to work well, but yeah, see, yeah, it works okay now. So yeah, there you have it. That was actually the inside the Magnavox VCR DVD combo. It does kind of work on this one. I hope it didn't chew up, but didn't call in that one because it's getting a little lower. It would look like this or that one, but yeah. So yeah, there you have it, the inside of the VCR DVD combo. This is made in August 2006. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.